welcome to our fifth and final round with Nahiri Knight. This is a fine hand. It is actually pretty good. Because we have the combo, we've got birds, we've got interaction. We just have to hope that our birds doesn't die and that we draw a land. Which, both of those things are very realistic to not happen. Opponent mulliganing is good for us, as always. I think I want to get... I think I'm supposed to get a red source. Just like the... all the scenarios where birds lives, I just have whatever colors I want. But in the scenarios where it dies, I need to be able to play my red spell immediately. And like by the time I get to 3 lands, I'll be able to play my other stuff. Opponent fetches Steam Vents and the birds lives for a turn. Yeah, that's lucky. Cursor Crewfix does some serious work in this deck. That's kind of a land. I'm really hoping my opponent doesn't figure out what that means, because Horizon Canopy is such a bad land that if I was any other choice, I wouldn't have cast it or wouldn't have played it there. So they should be able to figure out that birds should die. Oh, there's Storm. So, yeah, okay. Well, that can just get right out of here. Well, my opponent's dead next turn unless they kill me, which is pretty difficult. They could kill all of my creatures with, like, Ritual, Ritual Probe, Grape Shot. This bodes well. I don't. This Zealous Conscripts. I don't know. I'm just really off of it. Okay. Well, I would like to draw land. Cool. Game's over. I wanted to get, sure, like a Misty or something. The reason I have all these stacked on the Knight is I can always click no, but the first couple times I played this deck, I actually ran into an issue where I just like kind of forgot where all my scry triggers were and what was going on, and like you could easily just miss the untap trigger once and die. Cool. Okie dokie. So that one, and that one, and that one, and oh my gosh, this is not good for the Storm opponent. Those Corsair Kruphix, you are just really not what I want today. And Path to Exile, also really not what I'm looking for. I think this is negotiable as one of. Ooze is still good because it shuts off Pass and Flame. Snap's good. Retreats are great. Nahiri's okay. I guess I could shave like a Nahiri. Though I guess that kills enchantments. So I was going to board than this, but Nahiri just minuses to kill the same Pyromancer Ascension I want to kill. You don't want to bring in too much stuff for Electromancer. And yeah, that. I think EE is like not unreasonable to hedge against Empty the Warrens. So I think like this. Because there definitely is a thing as too much 4-drops. This still kills the 2-drops, like the enchantment, Pyromancer Ascension. Okay, I like it. The surgicals are just like complete and utter overkill here, I think. This looks like a mulligan to me. The old do nothing till turn 4 million hand. Yeah, I'll join you in that mulligan plan. I get 2 draw steps to hit a lane with this hand. I think 5 is a little more stable considering how good my deck is post board. This is not the right one. It can't get green-blue. That's actually interesting. I don't think I want it because I don't have a knight yet. But there's like an argument for that being the fastest way for me to kill my opponent, and therefore something I really want. Though I guess with negate, dispel, stubborn, surgical, I don't think I'm too worried about killing fast. I'm just worried about not dying because I have enough tools for the not dying part. Covers a decent amount of it. So I think I just want to play birds off of that. I don't know what I want to fetch with the Arid Mesa just yet. This hand looks... The cards in my deck just look so disjoint right now. Like, they all make sense. It's just, like, really funny. It just looks like I mashed up a bunch of, like, half decks together. Like, I have a hand from, like, a Grixis deck with, like, or Jeskai deck, and then my board is just, like, Abzan Company. Well, probably going to play that Goyf. Yeah, let's do this right. That fetches... I want a blue off of that, I think. I don't really need a red. This window resizing. I have not apparently had it as bad as some other people with window resizing, but it is quite annoying. So I have to get a white-blue to do this. Take a little bit of damage, but Storm usually has to draw specific hands to get anywhere on that front of, like, just killing you with damage. I don't think I want the Knight, but I don't mind another Serum Visions. I think the Knight's just too slow at this point. It is kind of unfortunate that I'm going to have to blow up my own Goyf if my opponent plays a good card.
I hope they haven't emptied the Warren's hand. That would make me really happy. I just get my opponent. Hmm. I guess they did mulligan. This is a pretty comically bad Goyf, though. What's happened? Both players have cast sorcery speed cantrips and sacrifice lands. I don't think I want Nahiri either, but I do want Negate. This may be a game I end up winning with Snapcaster Beats if I have to blow up the board. Sordid Foothills is not getting cracked here. This is the window, huh? Well, I got nothing. Okay. This grows the Tarmogoyf. Yeah, this. I think this is about as locked up as it gets. I get to recast the birds, leave up negate. I have negate, snap negate, and my opponent's on a 4 turn clock counting this turn. I guess I could boost the clock in the future by EE for 0 and like flashing a snap, so I can put them to 6. So they're actually on a 2 turn clock. Yeah, that's a card you can cast. Yep, also a card you can cast. This is now kind of scary. Probably get breeding pool because I still have a red off the birds. Now I just pass because I want to flash in Snapcaster Mage as a creature. Okay, well, I only now loosely care about Snapcaster Mage as a creature. Is there no creature in graveyard? Okay. So I can EE for 1 and do stuff. I mostly just care about figuring out what to gate. My opponent has drawn literally millions of land. That is not good. It must have just like drawn land off Serum Visions and then bottomed and bricked. We're actually approaching the point where they passed in flames twice in the same turn. That cost 7. Yep, the good old Ashcoat Bear. Um, it's probably just gets a red. I don't actually want to get a red with that, but I do want to do this first because if I draw a bolt for that, well, if I just draw a bolt, the game ends. Okay, well, I didn't draw a bolt. Block here. No? Okay. I think my opponent's supposed to block there so they can draw another Electromancer and chump. I guess playing the other birds is technically correct. It's so weird that like when I first played Storm, you had like these razor margins where like you actually won the game, and now it's just the reverse where like the margin is you just lose. I guess my opponent can still just chump here and then live. Like these games, like just you just don't have these edges. Yeah, no, 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 no. No, 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 none of that is allowed today. Thank you very much, though, for trying. Okay, not a bad finish. I guess my opponent wasn't technically dead. They could have drawn, like, land, and then they'd also have to chain off a bunch of stuff, too, because they didn't have any rituals, and I don't think they could have done it.